So, what if you could actually make thousands of dollars a month on YouTube, but without ever, showing your face? Well, that's the big promise behind a model called YouTube automation. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how it's supposed to work.
Okay, let's just dive right in. The source material we're looking at makes this pretty huge claim that a total beginner working just an hour a day can build up a serious income stream on YouTube in about 120 days, all while staying completely anonymous. Now, I know that sounds a little too good to be true, right? But the source lays out a very specific roadmap, so let's see what's really behind this promise.
So, how is this even possible? How can you build a whole YouTube channel without ever getting in front of a camera? Well, the answer is a strategy called faceless channels. Now, it's super important to get this straight. This is a completely legitimate and ethical way to create content. It's fully supported by YouTube's own policies. And why wouldn't it be? I mean, think about it. When creators make money from ads, so does YouTube. They don't really care if you're on screen or not as long as people are watching. When you really boil it down, every single one of these successful videos is built from just 4 core parts. You need a script that grabs the viewer right away, a clear voiceover to tell the story, and yeah, that can even be AI generated, some engaging visuals to keep their eyes glued to the screen, and of course, a thumbnail that they just have to click. That's it. Those are the building blocks.
Okay, but here's where it gets really, really interesting. This model isn't just about getting a ton of views. It's about getting the right kind of views. And this brings us to the key secret that separates the channels making a little bit of money from the ones making a lot.
You see, the source highlights a massive factor that can totally change your earnings: where your audience is located. It's wild, but 2 channels can have the exact same number of views, and one can be making way, way more money. It all comes down to where those viewers are watching from. And this chart just lays it out perfectly. Advertisers in the US market spend a lot more money. We're talking up to 10 times more to reach that audience. So what does that mean for you? It means by strategically targeting a US audience, you can literally earn 10 times the income for the exact same amount of work.
And here's the best part, honestly. You don't need any special tricks, no VPNs, no complicated tech to capture that high-value US audience. It doesn't matter one bit where you are in the world. It all comes down to the content you actually create.
So the source lays out this simple 4-part playbook. By using English, a US accented voiceover, maybe some American slang, and most importantly, picking topics that are super relevant to US interests, you're basically sending a giant signal to the YouTube algorithm saying, hey, my content is perfect for that valuable audience over there. All right, so that all sounds good in theory, but does this strategy actually work in the real world? Well, the source provides some pretty compelling case studies that suggest, yeah, it absolutely does. Get this, one faceless channel focusing only on the wealth of US presidents generated an estimated $20,000 in a single month. That's a perfect example of how a really specific, niche topic can be unbelievably profitable if you target it right. And what's just mind-blowing is the speed. That channel hit that incredible income level just 4 months after launching, from absolute zero. This just shows how powerful this model can be for generating real money in a pretty short amount of time. And look, this wasn't just some one-off lucky break. Another history channel using the exact same formula pulled in over 100,000 subscribers and earned well into 6 figures. It shows this is a repeatable formula, not just a fluke. So what's the secret sauce here? What's the one thing that connects all of these success stories? Well, it's not about being a tech wizard. It's about a fundamental shift in your mindset. This is amazing news for anyone who's ever thought, oh, I'm just not technical enough, or I don't know how to edit videos. According to the source, the kind of simple editing you need for these videos can be learned in just a few minutes. The barrier to entry, technically speaking, is incredibly low. This right here, this might be the single most important idea in this whole explainer. You have to stop thinking like a video editor who's always worried about the software and the tools. Instead, you have to start thinking like a channel owner, a strategist who is completely obsessed with human psychology and what makes people click. So, at the end of the day, success with this whole YouTube automation thing really comes down to one thing: understanding your audience. If you can become a student of what people want to watch and why they want to watch it, everything else, all the technical stuff, will just fall into place. And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating and honestly pretty important question about the future.
As AI and automation get better and better, how are we going to define value and creativity online, in a world where the human creator might not even be visible anymore? It's a big question, and it's something we're all going to have to think about in the years to come.